Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, we're getting toward the center of the baseball season, and Jacob deGrom has been dominating, just absolutely dominating his competition, and I just wanted to see what the future bets were for Cy Young in the National League, and in some books, it's minus 590. So why don't they just give him the Cy Young right now?
Because he could get hurt. He's been having issues here and there, some soreness here and there, and something to be aware of as you move through the season. He's a Hall of Fame pitcher, no matter what you say.
Absolutely.
But the last time I did bet on him, I got screwed.
Yeah, I think he left the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Not because of me, mind you, but could have been.
But those odds are just astronomical, and it just, I think he's the only one in minus territory. So, and there's some very good pitchers on there, but it just looks like, for the betting public, it looks like, I don't want to say anyone's a lock, but that's as close of a lock as you can get.
Barring injury.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got a return of Beatin The House.
Well, we got a good response on the first segment, so we're going to bring it back again, see if we can destroy that reputation.
Yeah, Beatin The House is a celebration of those people who defied the odds and actually won jackpots. So we get to tell their stories. I like the segment. First off, I like the segment because I get to learn about there's a lot of slot players who won jackpots, and I get to find out about some of those machines and some of the ones I should be playing on.
Well, I will tease this. We have a lottery winner this time.
Oh, a lottery. Okay, great. We also have a By the Numbers where Doug throws out a number and we let the numbers do the talking. Also, we have a Turnpike Sports book report where we talk about what's going on in the sports books across the country. It's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a trip down the Turnpike. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
First exit this week is gambling helping women's sports? The answer is obviously yes, because we're seeing a lot more women's sports everywhere.
It's helping all sports. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of interesting to see this because there were a bunch of different reports out, looking at new studies, looking at historical betting versus current betting, and how the women's sports are now being more televised. And, if you think about for men's sports, the men's side of things, television drives gambling, if you think about it. Right. Because there's always, the NBA, the NFL, MLB, all the men's side of professional sports have always enjoyed the media coverage that the women's sports haven't had. As a matter of fact, one of the recent studies, 40% of all athletes are women, but only 4% of sports media coverage is on women's sports.
Well, that's true. I earlier this year, I threw some bets down on WNBA, and I was hoping to find them on television, and I couldn't find them. So, it's an issue.
Well, if you think about it, look at what's happening in the sports betting industry with regards to women's sports. You have PointsBet became an official betting partner of the WNBA.
Great.
BetMGM partnered with the LPGA. Mm-hmm. You have Bally's. They just did an exclusive deal with the Phoenix Mercury of the WNBA.
I was about to bring that up. Bally's did a big deal.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we're starting to see more and more sports books pay more attention to the women's sports.
Great.
At first, it seemed to be like they were treating it like a niche, in terms of the overall betting atmosphere and the universe. But if you look at some of the numbers, and it's pointing toward we're going to see more and more women's sports because PointsBet reported a increase in their sports betting around the women's NCAA basketball tournament compared to previous years. And also the same thing with the WNBA. BetRivers saw a 33% increase in their June handle versus May. And nearly an 80% increase in the bet counts versus May. So the amount of betting was up. BetMGM said wagering was up as well. And the average bet size on women's sports was going up too.
Yeah, it's a great. They're great sports, and it's great to bet on. And I think it's going to grow because I know Connecticut is very close to starting with sports betting, and one of the WNBA teams actually plays in a casino, don't they?
The Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, no, they play in Mohegan Sun in, is it Uncasville?
Uncasville,
Connecticut.
What a name.
So they actually play maybe in a place where you can place a bet on them, like they're connected to the casino. So I'm sure those numbers are going to grow.
Well, everyone is saying, the media coverage is driving the sports betting. I think you can make a case for the other way around. The sports betting is driving the media coverage.
Yeah.
Because as more and more of these sports books do deals with the leagues for data, and then they do deals with the media outlets, you're getting more and more exposure to the data. The media outlets are starting to cover these sports even more because they got to give some credence to the odds coming in.
Well, like I just said before, I placed a couple of bets on WNBA, and I went looking for them on TV so I can watch them. So, I think, that's right.
Well, from what I understand, ESPN is going to be doing even more WNBA broadcasts.
Great, good.
They're going to be on Facebook. They're going to broadcast on Facebook as well as highlights.
Okay.
Twitter's going to do the same thing. Amazon is going to be covering some of their games as well.
Great.
So
is that Amazon Prime?
Yeah, anytime you say Amazon, it's Amazon
okay.
Prime. So you're going to start seeing a lot more women's sports, and I think it's the betting driving it because, for like I just said before, gambling is driving, TV is driving the betting in the traditional sense. But I think the more and more books have deals with these women's leagues and they start putting the odds up there and start actually focusing on the odds at times, you're going to see more TV coverage coming because of that betting, which in turn feeds even more into people becoming more familiar with the sport, knowing the players. And it's going to be almost like the opposite of what TV has done for sports betting on the men's side.
Well, one thing about betting on the WNBA, I mean, you go look for it, you watch it, and you find out how entertaining and what a great product it is. So I think
it's gotten better.
It's very good. I mean, I think betting kind of, brought people to it, and how entertaining and how great it is, people are staying with it. So. Yep. And in my case, anyway, I'm enjoying watching WNBA.
ESPN also had one other little note for women's sports.
Okay,
they do their brackets every year.
Sure.
They saw that in terms of the women's brackets, 103% more people filled out the women's bracket in this past tournament than in 2019. Mm-hmm. You can't say 2020 because they didn't have it.
Yeah,
but 2 times as many people filled out a women's bracket this year. So we're starting to see an impact in different ways that sports betting is having on our media, not just creating shows and content like this, but they're actually creating exposure. And I think it's actually going to help not just women's sports, but, if you go further down the line, some of these niche sports out there too, like cornhole.
Yeah, I interviewed the guy from cornhole. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you got pickleball, you got cornhole.
Pickleball.
You're starting to see some of the niche sports having sports betting giving that effect to those as well. It's not the horse driving the cart; it's the cart driving the horse here. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be real. It's a good way to look at it. Some certain sports, certain aspects of sports, women's versus men's, they're actually getting a benefit, almost an unexpected benefit from sports betting.
Exit 2.
Okay, we're going from the women's sports and gambling helping out the women's sports to some iRacing.
Okay.
Nice little jump here. A little different topic. NASCAR and iRacing have just announced a new partnership between the two parties, which gives iRacing, which is a simulation company out in Massachusetts, the title of official simulation partner of NASCAR.
Some of that technology is amazing. During the pandemic, we saw some of the iRacing, and if you're walking by it and you're not looking real closely at it, it looks like it's a real physical race.
Well, that's the idea behind the iRacing technology.
Great.
And, this technically is not a new partnership. This has been going on for 10 years. It's been a licensing partnership between the two groups. And now this deal just makes it official.
Okay.
It's almost like they've been living together for 10 years. Now they're getting married.
Okay.
That sort of thing. And, I was looking at some of the history between iRacing and NASCAR, and they have been doing some really incredible stuff. Besides what you just mentioned, the iRacing, series that we saw, which, by the way, is technically the NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series.
Is that what I saw?
That's what you saw.
Okay, I didn't know the actual name of it during the pandemic.
And
but,
they created other ones for the dirt tracks and everything else for iRacing during the pandemic. So it was actually really interesting to watch all that stuff. They have been involved in designing new courses, racetracks.
Okay.
And what they do is they use their scanning technology to take a look at what the racetracks are right now, and they use that to enhance designs for future racetracks.
Okay, all right.
So you're going to actually start seeing an even better product from NASCAR because of iRacing, and vice versa. iRacing is going to benefit from NASCAR because of the exposure and also some of the deals they're doing for the NBC platforms that they're on, as well as the NASCAR digital side.
Now, I don't know when the iRacing will take effect, but I would guess this would be a great thing in NASCAR's off season. When you can't race in the tracks and when winter comes and things like that. Is this the time when we can expect to see more iRacing? Hopefully,
that has not been decided yet. But
I'm throwing that idea out to him. Make NASCAR.
Well, we just had Joe Solosky on. If he's listening,
make it's a 12-year season now. It's a 12-month season.
Well, again,
make it happen.
I think
it'll be fun to watch.
It's going to be very interesting to see how much more of an impact iRacing has on NASCAR, because this company out in Massachusetts has been involved in the design of that NASCAR Next Gen car, which is going to be pretty cool because it's going to be a little bit more high tech, all that stuff.
What's this company called?
iRacing. Their website's iRacing.com.
Okay, yeah, check them out.
So people want to check them out. You can actually sign up and sim race.
Okay.
It's open to the public.
That's pretty cool.
You can actually go and join.
So iRacing.com.
iRacing.com.
Okay.
Very cool, very cool stuff. And they're also going to be part of NASCAR in terms of a training tool. They're going to be creating a training tool for part of the NASCAR's Drive for Diversity class.
Okay.
So they're going to be expanding NASCAR's reach by doing simulation training for different cultures, different races, men, women, all that stuff. So they're going to be expanding the reach of NASCAR through this deal as well. And I'm actually very curious to see exactly what they're going to do in terms of the new tracks, because they even did back in 2020. I want to see them do more of this. They scanned the streets of Chicago, and they created an iRace through the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if you're going to start seeing more and more racing through cities on the virtual side.
See, that's one thing. I think Boston tried to do that one time, and it just didn't work out.
Well, Boston tried to do a real one.
Yeah, Boston tried to do a real one, but I think this is a way to, if you want to race through the streets of Boston, maybe have a simulated Boston and have a simulated race. It'll probably be a lot better.
Hey, I think they should do 50 city, 50 races.
Yeah,
go through the major cities in every state and
simulated race.
Simulate it and do a series of that and see who comes out on top. I'd love to see a Hawaii race.
Oh, okay.
Around a volcano and everything.
Okay.
See if they put some live action going through that stuff. But again, congratulations to the two parties. They've been doing it for 10 years. I think it's probably one of the best collaborations in sports right now.
Exit 3.
Can't go a week without talking NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
All right.
We have, actually, this is more cryptocurrency than non-fungible tokens, but they're involved in it as well. Tom Brady has now joined cryptocurrency company FTX as their brand ambassador.
Okay.
Brady's got his hands in everything.
Well, hey, you got to think of a life after football.
Well, he's
can't
having
play
his,
till he's 60. So.
Well, maybe he can. I don't know. The way he's going, I don't know. But he is now part of the FTX current cryptocurrency exchange company. You remember FTX? They just did the deal with the naming rights on the Miami Heat Stadium.
Okay.
They did the naming rights for the esports team, TSM. Actually had them change their name.
Oh, that's right.
They had the 10-year, $10 million or 10-year, $21 million a year naming rights deal for the team. Unfortunately, the team can't do it in certain events, but that's neither here nor there. They made that huge deal. They just did a deal with Major League Baseball, too. I don't know if you saw this. I saw this in the notes, and they did a...
this is FTX, right?
FTX. They did a deal with Major League Baseball where I think it's starting next year, if not the year after that. The umpires are going to be wearing FTX on their jerseys.
Okay, all right.
So that's going to be interesting to see exactly how FTX gets into a Major League Baseball aside from apparel wearing,
Yeah, no, but Brady was a big get, I guess.
Well,
he's certainly popular. I mean, he left New England, and guess what? New England sports radio is still talking about him every day.
Well, he got more popular since he left New England, which
boy.
is kind of amazing. A lot of quarterbacks leave their teams and they go downhill.
Yeah, right?
He stayed at the top, so. But he's going to be working on the charity aspects of the company.
Good.
And his wife, Gisele Bundchen, will be taking an equity stake in the company as well and serve as FTX's environmental and social initiatives advisor.
Good.
As a matter of fact, it's the same role she has with DraftKings.
All right. Okay.
So she is now in sports betting and fantasy sports. Now she's in cryptocurrency. And it's going to be fun to watch to see exactly how this relationship evolves, because maybe he's going to bring in other NFL people. Yeah,
well, he'll certainly will influence other NFL people to maybe get involved in stuff like this. But
will we see Buccaneer Stadium be FTX Stadium?
I don't know. Hey, what is it? The Miami Heat Stadium is now
Miami Heat's FTX. Yeah,
is FTX. Well, who knows? Who knows?
It's always interesting to watch how these cryptocurrency companies come into play with some of these things. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of ticket exchange. Use cryptocurrency to buy tickets now.
I don't know, man. It's heading that way. I mean, tickets are now non-fungible token kind of things.
They're being considered.
Yeah, they're being considered. So, who knows? Who knows where this is going to go?
Exit 4.
And last but not least, we don't do enough lottery talk, so I thought the fact that we have several lotteries breaking records.
The exciting world of lotteries.
Well, with the amount of money being set out here with these different records by these different lottery divisions we're going to be talking about, I'm amazed at the numbers. Kentucky Lottery has reported that its sales for the current fiscal year have already exceeded the previous year's returns without having the final month tallied.
Wow. Okay.
They have achieved $1.2 billion in ticket sales in financial year 2020. They are now $1.45 billion for financial year 2021. That's billion with a B.
I got to tell you, the only time I buy lottery is if I'm in the supermarket and stuff like that. I don't specifically go out to buy a lottery ticket, but if I'm in the supermarket, maybe I'll stop and get a lottery ticket. I've been seeing lately that the lines for getting lottery tickets have been really long.
Well,
longer than usual.
You're talking about, doing the quick picks for the draws and everything else.
Yeah.
Here in Kentucky, the lottery's biggest driver of sales were the scratch-offs. Yeah, they brought in $880 million.
Wow. I don't get the scratch-offs. Give me a Mega Millions or a, Powerball. But no, I don't get the scratch-off things.
That is $223 million more than this time last year for them.
I think the last time I got a scratch-off ticket, I used my fingernail, and I had silver under it. So I don't do the scratch-off unless I have a quarter in my pocket.
Well, that's why they do iLottery now.
Yeah.
Missouri State Lottery Commission announced that their sales were going to be topping $1.8 billion for fiscal year 2021. So they have shown that they're going to be growing even more. We're talking billions here for lottery, which is an amazing number if you think about it.
For some reason, I remember as a kid in New Jersey, you get to see the lottery being picked. In New Jersey and also Pennsylvania.
You still do.
They have the balls going in those containers and it pops up. I haven't seen one of those drawings in a long time. The only time for lottery, when I check my numbers, I check them on the computer the next morning. I don't even know if they're still aired. Are they still aired?
They're still aired. You still see them late at night.
Late at night.
And also a lot of them do it online.
I remember they were 7:30, 7 o'clock at night.
Well, a lot of them do it online, so you can watch it. Go to the lottery
I can watch
websites.
them online? Yeah. No, they used to be right before the New Jersey news or right before the Pennsylvania news or Philadelphia news, and but I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Now, we just talked about 1.2 billion, 1.45 billion, 1.8 billion numbers. I saved the two best for last.
Okay.
Tennessee Education Lottery. They have announced that they have passed the $2 billion mark in total sales for this fiscal year.
All right.
First time in history. Not to be outdone by Tennessee, Massachusetts comes in. They're projecting $5.6 billion in revenue.
Wow. What's going on in Massachusetts?
I don't know. They don't even have online lottery.
You know, does Keno count as lottery? Because Massachusetts has this weird thing.
Unfortunately, it does.
That's
where the numbers come from.
No, that's Keno. Because you know what? Keno, they play Keno everywhere. There's a Keno stand in the shopping malls. You can go into a restaurant or a bar, sit at the bar, and buy Keno. Doug, you actually won $400 sitting at a bar in Massachusetts.
Yeah, waiting on a beer.
Yeah, waiting on a beer. You won $400 and a Keno.
By the time I ordered a beer and got the beer, I had won $400.
That should be called the official game of Massachusetts because Keno is everywhere. And, you know, we're from New Jersey, a gaming state where you can play slot machines online and you can sit and do whatever you want to do. Do $1 million poker tournament on your phone. You know, but you can't play Keno off the gambling floor in New Jersey. But no, in Massachusetts, you go to a bar, you go to the mall, hey, you can play Keno.
That was the most amazing thing when I first got up to Massachusetts, seeing Keno in the mall.
Yeah,
and people sitting at couches in the rest areas playing Keno with TVs above them.
Yeah.
It was like a mini casino in the mall.
Watching the Keno balls come up, you know. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got a By the Numbers segment coming up. You got Beatin The House, which quickly becoming a popular segment here. And also later on, we're going to have a Turnpike Sports book report. So stick around. We'll more Turnpike Sports.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Our residential bathroom solutions provide the best value on the market, and our customer service is second to none. Our cost-effective BCI Bath & Shower family of products has what you need.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom. And it was a great experience the whole way through.
We have the best monthly payment programs in the industry, with payments as low as $68 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months. For a limited time, be one of the first 100 callers who schedule a free in-home consultation and receive $500 off. Call 1-800-594-9530, 1-800-594-9530. Factory-trained and certified installers made in the USA and discounts for seniors and military. BCI Bath & Shower, the leader in affordable bathroom products.
Psst. Yeah, you. Come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use the offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-297-9788. 800-297-9788.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're back with another week's edition of Beatin The House, where we actually celebrate people winning their jackpots against the casinos, against the books, against the even the lotteries, because we have a lottery this week.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, look, it's everyone knows that the odds are against you once you walk into a casino, but sometimes luck is in your corner, and
small victories in life
like to celebrate those people who who grab the casino by the horns and take them down.
Well, we're going to start off in Vegas.
All right.
We got 3 in Vegas today.
Got 3 in Vegas.
$1.5 million. Guest at the Venetian who wish to remain anonymous.
There's a lot of wishing to remain anonymous when you win jackpots. So I see that in the press releases. I see that in the news reports. A lot of who wish to remain anonymous quotes.
They hit the jackpot last Monday night. The guest had turned a $5 bet into $1.5 million on IGT Jackpot's Wheel of Fortune. There's that Wheel of Fortune machine again.
Wow, Wheel of Fortune always is. I've never seen a person win a huge jackpot up close. I'm always in casinos and sports books and things like that. I've never seen like a jackpot like that. I mean, I always wonder what happens. I mean, I'm sure bells and whistles go off, but does like casino personnel come over and help the person out, or what goes on? I don't.
The only thing I've ever seen, I've seen lights go on the slot machines, but it's because they're calling the attendant because there's a problem with the machine, not because they won any money.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a big jackpot.
Or I want to save my seat while I go to the bathroom.
Exactly, something like that.
But
and again, Wheel of Fortune.
Hey, that's a great machine. I've heard that one.
IGT has made a great payout machine for that one,
Sure.
and that seems to be one of the big winners all the time.
All right.
Let's go over to the brand new casino in Vegas, the Resorts World Las Vegas.
Already a jackpot, huh?
This was a blackjack jackpot.
All right, good.
Jeff Beecher, who is the producer and ringmaster of Beecher's Madhouse, which was an adult circus show at the used to run at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Vegas.
All right.
He was playing blackjack, high-limit blackjack, opening night of the Resorts World Las Vegas, and he hit for $710,000.
That's a good first night.
Now, this guy, I really am not too familiar with the show he did.
Well, I guess it was out in Vegas?
Yeah, it's what type of thing where, let's see, he had He once shot a little person from a cannon mounting the rear end of a fake elephant.
Okay.
That was one of his little stunts. It looked like the elephant was pooping him out.
Okay.
He also jumped into a 10,000-gallon aquarium at MGM Grand's Rainforest Cafe. He's now doing a podcast with Kelly Osbourne called The Kelly Osbourne and Jeff Beecher Show.
Great. Good.
So he actually came in, played opening night, won $710,000 in blackjack, playing
great.
high limit. That's actually kind of interesting to see an opening night jackpot like that.
That's a great way for. I mean, what great publicity for Resorts World. I mean, like they were getting great publicity anyway. Now this is the cherry on top. The $700,000. Wow, great.
Well, right now I hate to end on a lower note,
All
but
right.
we're going over to Arizona Charlie's on Decatur in Las Vegas.
All right. I love names like that.
Arizona Charlie. A lucky Las Vegas guest, another anonymous.
Anonymous, okay.
Won $45,000, just a little over $45,000. The only reason I grabbed this one, they were playing the Toro Gordo machine.
Now, is that the big one with the bull on top of it?
No,
the
you're
big
talking about the
gold
buffalo.
one?
You're talking about the buffalo.
Oh, that's
ones.
a buffalo one?
Yeah.
What the hell?
This
What's
is
the Toro
this is
Gordo?
another buffalo one, but it's Toro Gordo.
All right, Toro Gordo.
This is a bull.
This is a bull. Okay,
not a buffalo.
So I'm thinking of the buffalo one.
You're thinking of you're thinking of the aristocrat ones that are the Buffalo Link. They're actually doing some interesting stuff with that.
You know the brand of the buffalo one.
Well, you do the research.
I call it the buffalo one.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. If people haven't noticed yet, Ocean Casino in New Jersey and a couple other casinos around the country have these rooms now called Buffalo Link, where it's all the Buffalo branded games.
Really?
And they're
I
all
did
linked
not know
together.
that.
They're all linked together. It's actually kind of a cool system. They got every Buffalo branded game.
I'm going to look at Toro Gordo so I know what you're talking about.
Well, it probably had the bull with the snorting.
I think I've. Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. I didn't take a look at a picture, and I apologize if I got the wrong one, but I think that's the one. So.
Okay.
We have a lucky guest, Arizona Charlie's, $45,425 is the actual amount he won. No word on how much he bet.
Wait, how much did he win?
$45,425.
Okay.
So we went from $1.5,700,000 then to $45,000.
Still a great night.
Yeah. Let's go head on over to Shreveport, Louisiana, while you're looking up the Toro Gordo
I
image.
saw. No, I saw the.
Is it the one I mentioned?
I don't know. I just saw the logo.
Well,
so
we
they don't
have
a picture of it.
Well, we have Shreveport, Louisiana, Samstown Hotel and Casino. Lucky visitor hit a $50,000 jackpot playing the Supercharged Sevens Classic slot game.
Okay.
Which is made by Ainsworth Game Technologies. If we're going to throw the credits out there.
Hey,
Ainsworth Game. By the way, Ainsworth has some great online slots too. If people want to check them out, they're on all the on the online
Ainsworth
casinos.
It's called? Okay,
Ainsworth.
yeah, I'll check them out on.
As a matter of fact, some of the online
casinos
have separate sections for Ainsworth.
Okay, all right.
So
I've noticed that.
Out.
You can actually play online anyway. You can go to the company's name and the brand name and to see if you want to play an Ainsworth slot,
yes.
You can go right to Ainsworth section or IGT or something like that, or Aristocrat.
And he won his $50,500 jackpot after betting $45. So he put $45 in, and he won about 10 times.
I like
money.
the stories where you put $1 in. And
how about the guys that just throw in one coin?
Or they're sitting there, or the guy was walking out and heading home, and he figured I'd throw my last dollar into the slot machine and win.
Well, we'll probably have more of those as the
I love those
progresses during the year here, but we're going to go over to Cripple Creek, Colorado now.
All right.
Going to switch over to McGill's Hotel and Casino, the recently renovated McGill's Hotel and Casino. The player was playing the Monopoly slot machine,
which is another big payout.
I've actually never seen the Monopoly slot machine in a casino. I've only seen it online. I've never actually seen it.
I played it online. I don't think I've played it live, but I played it online.
Well, I've never seen it live, but this guy was playing it.
All right.
And again, anonymous. $102,711 jackpot. No word on how much he bet.
Okay.
But he actually did a great job. He came in. We're ending with a $100,000 jackpot after starting with a $1.5 million jackpot at the top of the segment.
Okay.
Now we're moving over to our first lottery jackpot. So we're going to go into Missouri for this one.
Missouri, okay.
Missouri Lottery has announced that a player who entered the same set of numbers in the same drawing every week for 3 years.
Hey, people have lucky numbers, and apparently they were lucky for whoever won this one.
Won $319,000.
Great, good.
So $100,000 a year, basically. She's been playing the same numbers for 3 years.
That's great. Yeah, people have their numbers, It's like, the birthdays of their kids or their parents or something like that, their anniversary or whatever. It's great. It's good that it pays off.
The player had been entering the Show Me Cash drawing every week for years, and the ticket she bought at Schnucks Market.
Schnucks Market.
In St. Charles, Missouri.
That's the greatest name ever. Schnucks Market.
So she won $319,500. And she was one of two to split the drawing. It was actually a $639,000 prize.
Oh, okay.
So she got half that because another person won. Congratulations to all our winners this week. It's great to see that you went to a casino and came out with your pockets full of money.
By the Numbers segment is next, so stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here.
Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more.
Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE. And By the Numbers is sponsored by Play Sugar House Online Casino and Sportsbook in New Jersey. Sign up at playsugarhouse.com/pike and get a first deposit match of up to $250. Enjoy the casino experience online. Play Sugar House offers over 400 games online, slots, table games, hey, even bingo. It's like being in a casino without leaving your home. That's playsugarhouse.com/pike to get your first deposit match of up to $250 today. Must be 21 years or older and physically present in New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 800gambler.org.
And welcome to another edition of By the Numbers, where we let the numbers tell the story. Every week I come in with a bunch of different numbers. I throw them out to Dave and let him try and figure out what the hell I'm talking about. Sometimes he gets them, sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
First number is 10 million. I think you know what this one is.
Yeah, this is the record-breaking fine that the National Football League levied against the Washington football team. And you know what? Good for the National Football League. I mean, what Washington football team was allegedly doing was just terrible, and it's amazing how long it was taking place.
Well, again, a lot of these teams go unchecked, and it takes somebody to come up and do the whistleblower routine.
Okay.
On this stuff. And, they did a year investigation.
Good. I'm glad someone did.
And actually it was an independent investigation.
Good.
So it's always good to see an independent review of these situations because you really don't want someone involved with the team or the league doing this.
Absolutely.
And they did the right thing. They went through all the different reports, the allegations, and they decided that a fine was necessary. No, there's no draft picks taken away, no suspended players, no suspended front office people. It's just a basic $10 million fine, and I believe the fine is going to go to charity too.
Good.
So, it was about time somebody stepped up with this, and Dan Snyder and company there took full blame for it, and they stepped up, and they're going to pay the fine. And, it was actually really nice to see something like that happen in the league.
Well, I mean, something had to be done, and it was a terrible situation. It's disgusting that it lasted as long as it did without anyone doing anything. And you know what? Washington football team got what they deserved, and good for the National Football League for doing it.
Well, we're going to move on to some better news, or better numbers, I should say.
Better numbers, okay.
34.
34. I have no idea.
It's the number of years since the U.S. Open was at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts.
Really? Okay. I didn't know it was that long.
This is the 4th time it's going to be held, and it's the 10th major to be held in Massachusetts, but it has not been at the Country Club, the U.S. Open, in 34 years.
Okay.
In 1894, just a little history on the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts, if no one is familiar with it. I think a lot of the golf fans are familiar with what it is.
Sure.
The club was one of 5 that banded together to form the U.S. Golf Association, the USGA.
Yep.
Chicago Golf Club in Wheaton, Illinois, Newport Country Club in Rhode Island, Shinnecock Hills Golf Club on Long Island, and St. Andrews Golf Club in New York City are what they're referred to as the founding 5 of golf courses for the USGA. The U.S. Open, like I said, took place 3 times before this, 1913, 1968, and 1988. All were decided by playoffs. So actually you're going to see some good golf at this place.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's been that long, 34 years. Boy.
It's kind of weird how they pick and choose where to go. And,
yeah.
I don't know the reasons behind why 34 years. Maybe it was just a matter of...
Considering it was one of the founding 5 golf courses, you would think, it'd be there more often, but...
well, I know they've had other tournaments there, and also they've had,
that,
these are the majors, that we're talking about 10 majors and the 34-year gap for this one, but they've had other tournaments there.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, but I'm just surprised that the U.S. Open, it took them so long to get back there.
Well, again, you don't know what's going on with the Country Club. They may have been renovating. There may have been some issues where, they couldn't have it for a while. But, they're having it now, and it's going to be nice to see. It's actually a beautiful course. If you have a chance to take a look at it online or in person playing it, you're going to be, really surprised at how beautiful a course that is.
I wonder how much it costs to do a round there. I got to check on that. I'd like to get my clubs.
I'd be very curious to see the membership fees.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's got to be crazy. If it's a USGA course, it's got to be
the founding 5, for God's sake.
The founding 5. I'm sorry, 5. I forgot. I lost my head there for a second.
I want to have T-shirts that have founding 5.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Next number, $200 million.
I have no earthly idea what you're talking about.
The number
is it dollars or what? $200 million?
It's not dollars, and it's not ratings.
Okay. I have no.
We're talking households.
Households. All right.
It's $200 million. The number of households to receive the broadcast of the 3rd season of Karate Combat. All right. It's a.
I've never seen it.
It's a full contact karate competition that has been going on for 3 years now. This is the 3rd season. It's a 12 episode. I guess it's almost like a wrestling league where they go in, they do the interviews, and they do the karate competitions, and it's been growing every year. They're going to have broadcasts now on Eurosport 1 and Eurosport 2.
So we don't have that in
No,
the
this
US,
is overseas.
Right? This is Europe
overseas.
and Asia, right?
Yep.
All
but
right.
you can also go to Eurosport.com and watch it.
Eurosport.com, I can go and watch it? Okay.
Yep.
Sounds like a pretty cool thing.
That has over 30 million unique visitors per month, that website.
Well, I'll be one of them because I want to check it out.
And it's going to be broadcast to 200 million households, 50 territories, and this is through Europe and Asia.
All right.
To watch a 12-episode season of Karate Combat. It actually almost sounds like a kung fu ripoff. The name of it, like a 70s show, Karate Combat. Last number for the week, $20 million.
No clue.
That's the amount of funding raised by Buzzer, the live sports streaming service.
Okay.
Now, we talked about this company before they got this funding. I think it was like maybe a couple of months ago we talked about it. What they do is they have a setup where you can get notifications of important times in sporting events, live action sports updates.
Okay.
You join the service for 99 cents and you get 10 minutes worth of updates.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're sitting there on your phone and you actually want to, watch what's going on, you get a notice saying, hey, this is happening, and you get a live feed.
Oh, okay, great.
So they raised $20 million in funding from venture capital firms.
I got to tell you, that's a great idea for sports bettors.
That will be a great idea. It's
will
not
be.
being used for sports betting just yet, but I'm assuming somebody's got their thinking cap on for that one. So that was the first thing I noticed when, that was the first thing I thought of too, sports betting or even fantasy sports.
Well,
too.
I always have my phone, and I do the Score app, which, I check out all the stats. I check out all the, the scores and stuff like that. I have notifications on my phone, especially if I have bets placed on things. So, I'd love to pay just 99 cents and watch the highlights.
Well, let me tell you something. The fact that you said sports betting, one of the investors tells me it's probably going to be used for that.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Wayne Gretzky's another investor.
Okay.
Naomi Osaka, the tennis player.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Hopkins, Devin Booker, the basketball Phoenix Suns.
Yep.
LaMelo Ball, and also women's. I think she was Connecticut, UConn, Sabrina Ionescu.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we have team owners coming involved. Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob, Tampa Bay Lightning owner Jeffrey Vinnick, and Lerner Enterprises, which is the family that owns the Washington Nationals.
Okay.
Have all invested in this app.
So that's some big-time investors.
It's also everybody that's kind of involved in sports betting in some way, shape, or form. So, it's going to be, that's got to be an application for this at some point.
Well, even if it's not specifically said it's an application for sports betting, I'm going to use it for sports betting.
Well, I think
I'm going to use it to enhance my sports betting, experience because you know what? They're giving me up-to-date highlights.
You got to see a company like Sport Radar or something coming in for data.
Sure.
Put a data feed into that, and everyone can get the feeds. This is something you could license to the books themselves, that they could stream it on their sites through their apps.
Sure.
So, this has multiple uses, not just for sports fans, but for betting fans too. And it's actually a great idea if you think about it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Oh, that's it? That's how you end it?
That's how I'm going to end it.
That's it? Then you put your head down on the table.
Yes.
That's it.
Take a nap now.
Yeah. Well, we got the book report coming up next, so stick around. More Turnpike Sports after this.
Attention seniors with Medicare. This is an important announcement. Did you know you may qualify for a monthly Social Security rebate? Did you know you may qualify for a $0 monthly premium? That's right. You may qualify to get $135 added back to your Social Security check each month. Just call the Medicare benefits line to get your options. It's a free call. You may also qualify for $0 premiums, dental coverage, vision coverage, hearing coverage, and prescription drug coverage. With this type of plan, you don't need Medicare supplement insurance. Call now because you deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits, including a rebate to your Social Security check each month. Agents are standing by with free information regarding Medicare benefits. It's a free call with no obligation, but it could mean big savings for you. Call the Medicare Benefits line now to see if you're eligible for a Social Security rebate.
Call 800-574-6770. 800-574-6770.
Now that we're home more than ever, we need to feel safe. Call it a sign of the times or the world we now live in. What do you want to keep safe? The people in your life? What do you want to protect? Your possessions, the things that belong to you, the things that you've worked hard for. Wouldn't it be nice to have tested, trusted 24/7 protection? Peace of mind, real protection that's always there for you and your whole family? Well, now you can with one of our state-of-the-art home security systems. Everyone thinks their home is safe until the unexpected happens. Help protect your home and loved ones today with the affordable next generation in home security. To help keep your family and property safe, call 1-800-520-4068 now. Representatives are standing by to assist you. That's 1-800-250-4068. 1-800-520-4068.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. If your employer doesn't supply health care coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private health care is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another week's edition of the Book Report, where we've got about 5 states reporting their numbers, or I should say 5 states that reported their numbers by end of our press time. We've got a couple sportsbooks launching in different states, legislative updates, especially with Illinois, New York State, and Ohio, and a lot of deals to talk about, too.
Okay.
First off, let's start with some of the numbers. We had about 5 states reporting by the time we cut off the press time here. 3 reported an increase in handle, 2 reported a decrease in handle.
Okay, all right.
So, and these are May numbers.
These are for May. These are all May. These aren't crazy Illinois numbers where they do a month late, right?
Well, actually, I think Illinois does 60 days after everybody else.
Oh, wow, okay.
So,
I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, but now they're really late. Okay.
Well, again, you're going to be talking, they're going to release their May numbers when we're talking about July numbers for some of these other ones, or June numbers. I should say June numbers. Okay. So,
it's an interesting state, Illinois.
Well, they got their own way of doing things, and that's fine for them. Nevada came in with a handle of $477 million in May. That was one of the increases.
Okay.
Again, their online betting is still kind of low in terms of percentage compared to other states, 62%.
Well, look, I mean, they're trying to get people into the door. They have that in-person requirement for if you're registering for an online sports book, you have to finish your registration on the physical premises. So they want people in the door. And you know what? If you're going to finish your registration for your online sports book, you might as well place a couple of bets while you're there. So there you go.
Well, I noticed
play some table games and play some bets.
There's been another train of thought now with all these things.
Okay.
The reason online betting is so low in Nevada is because the casinos are spread out throughout the entire state. It's easy to get to a casino in Nevada compared to someplace like Jersey, because Jersey has them all centralized down in Atlantic City. If you're in northern Jersey, your only choice is to go to FanDuel up in the Meadowlands.
Or Monmouth.
Or Monmouth. Yeah. But again, they're concentrated in one area. Nevada's got them spread out through the entire state.
Let me tell you another thing about Las Vegas. It's heavily tourist. So I don't think if a tourist is coming in from out of state, they don't have an online account already. So if they're going to place a sports bet in Nevada and you're not from Nevada, you might as well just place a bet where the casino you're already in. So that's probably it, too.
Let's move over to Virginia. Congratulations, Virginia. They are now the quickest state to $1 billion in sports betting handle.
That's amazing how fastly they move.
$1.1 billion.
Is that a word?
Yeah, $1.1 billion in handle in less than 4 months, or a little more than 4 months in operation, I should say. They actually are probably one of the quickest growing markets.
Oh,
too.
no, it's absolutely amazing. And, I can't wait to see football season there,
Well, they're going to.
I mean, they're doing this. It's 4 months, right? I mean, they're not going to have a football season. They're going to have football season coming up. I don't think they've ever had a football season that they're allowed to bet on in Virginia. So that should be very interesting. They should, NCAA. It's going to be phenomenal there.
Well, they came in since sports betting started with a handle of $1.09 million.
Okay.
1.09 billion. Boy, I keep seeing millions and billions, and I keep, some of these numbers are just staggering.
So what's the number?
$1.092 billion.
Okay.
1.1 billion. How about that? Nice and easy. And also a revenue of $34.4 million to date for since its launch. 4 of their 7 licensed operators reported positive gaming revenue for May. They had a handle of $226.96 million for the month of May, which, that they came out with about a 10% hold, which is kind of, what they wanted to do there, too. It's not a legislatively mandated 10% hold like Tennessee has, but they got a 10% hold.
States love to see a 10% hold. They love to see a 10% hold. Well, so good for Virginia.
Well, speaking of 10% hold states, we have Tennessee reporting a $161 million handle in May.
Well, that's a state that they legislatively have to have a 10% hold, right?
It was their lowest betting haul since sports betting was legalized in November of 2020. I mean, that's kind of an interesting little...
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised at that. I mean, you're into the playoffs in hockey and basketball. I'm pretty surprised at that.
Well, what was going on in May that Tennessee had nothing to do with? I mean, it sounds like they really didn't bet too much in May.
Well, I guess not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, NBA, NHL, MLB. I'm not quite sure what the big sports in Tennessee what the breakdown is, but there's a lot of things to bet on in May.
Well, FanDuel and BetMGM both led the way. They had both around $57 million in handle. They were number 1 and number 2. FanDuel had a little bit more than BetMGM. DraftKings was third with $40 million, and then everybody else came in. William Hill had $4.8 million. Tennessee Action 24/7, $1.5 million in handle. And Twin Spires and WinBet both saw about $700,000 for the month of May.
All right.
Mississippi, the only state with no online gambling.
I was going to ask you, remind me what Mississippi is all about. They have no online. They're all in-person betting at sportsbooks, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The sports wagering handle, and this is year on year, rose 15,000% to $36 million.
That's an incredible number. All right.
Up 10% from April. Okay. That's a easier number
it's
to
a number I can
there.
wrap my head around.
Yeah. $20.7 million came from the coastal casinos. Just under $10 million came from the central, and northern casinos came in with $5.6 million in the handle. That's the way they're separated. They have the 3 different regions.
Okay.
So, but they had a May of 2020. This is why it was 15,000. These are little asterisks they throw in these reports. I want to read this correctly. The May 2020 comparison amount only included activity from the final 10 days of that month, because that's when they reopened.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So you're dealing still with some COVID
times,
numbers.
Yeah,
you're still dealing with some COVID. National-wise, we had a national handle of about $3.205 billion for national handle in May. That's still with Illinois and Delaware outstanding still. This is the 8th straight month of $3.2 billion in handle for the nation.
I understand Illinois because I know they have a different reporting system, but Delaware, really? We're waiting for Delaware?
Well, Delaware is going to do it probably this week sometime while this is airing. We'll probably have it for next week.
Probably by the time you're hearing me say this, Delaware probably has their numbers out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post-PASPA total handle was over $59 billion, and total state tax revenue cleared $600 million.
Okay.
So, the numbers are growing and growing and growing. Had a couple launches. Let's talk about those while we move right along here. Pennsylvania and Iowa. We had 2 launches in those states. Betway, which is constantly in the news for some of the deals they're making. And we have a couple deals to talk about later on in the segment.
I told you a couple months ago I saw Betway when I was watching a New York Islanders hockey game. I was wondering, what the hell is Betway? Because I saw them mentioned on the boards in the rink. So now every week I'm hearing about Betway.
Well, Betway has launched in Pennsylvania, both on the online sportsbook side and also the online casino side. They are now the 13th online sportsbook for Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And the 17th online casino for that state as well. Now, they're actually starting to get up in numbers close to Jersey, too. I think Jersey's got like 24 online sportsbooks. So, we're starting to see Pennsylvania start creeping up and more online sportsbooks starting to launch. They're partnered with Live Philadelphia.
Okay.
Over in Iowa, Ballybet made their launch in Iowa with the Elite Casino Resorts last week. So this is the second state for Ballybet, which is Bally's, obviously, it's Bally's online sportsbook. Second state for mobile sports betting, and the only state that Ballybet is in that doesn't have a land-based casino.
I'm seeing a lot of Bally's because on my, OTT television or whatever the hell that's called, the Roku thing.
OTT.
Yeah, no.
Over the top.
Yeah, I used to have a Fox Sports Go app on the TV, and that automatically changed over to Bally's. So, and it's a really good app. Do I call them apps on the
you
Roku?
Can call them apps. Yeah, they're apps.
Okay, so. It's a really good app. I mean, great reporting on baseball, especially.
Well, they're in Iowa now, so they actually are planning on a couple more launches, at least 2 more by the end of the year of 2021. So we'll see some more. I don't know if Jersey or Pennsylvania is either one of those states that they're talking about, but you're going to see at least 2 more launch, maybe more. I don't know. But that's all tied in with their Bally Sports Network and everything else.
I would love Bally's to come to New Jersey. I mean, they have a casino here, so.
Well, you mentioned the Bally Sports Network, and I just did too. VSiN, the Vegas Stats and Information Network, just did a deal that they will now be airing in Latin America for the first time via Total Play. Total Play is a online network, 10.5 million homes. It'll be broadcast to subscribers in dozens of Mexican cities. And if you're in the Latin American area, they will be airing on Channel 515 on that network.
I like VSiN. I mean, I'm not a subscriber because here in New Jersey, they have certain shows that are on our cable networks. I mean, we have the MSG network, which is the Madison Square Garden network. And anytime there's not a sporting event, there's, I forgot what it was called, but a Primetime Action, I believe it's called.
On MSG.
Yeah, that's
Madison Square
really
Garden
good.
network.
I watch it every time it's on. And we have a place up in Massachusetts and the Lombardi line. I think that's on every weekend or Sundays? Or...
It's on the New England Sports Network.
Yeah. I watch it. I'm from New Jersey, and I watch it in Massachusetts, and I get homesick.
Yeah.
And I see Borgata, and I get homesick.
Well, again, can't even bet in Massachusetts now.
You can't do anything in Massachusetts.
No. Well, you can play lottery.
You can play lottery and slots and Keno.
Yeah.
There you go.
Moving over to some legislative updates. I think the key word for the legislative updates this week is delay. We've had a couple delays here. New York State did not release their request for applications. They were supposed to release them on July 1st.
What's the holdup there?
They have not said what the holdup is, but it's probably some backdoor compromising going on, sort of thing. It could be out this week, even by the time this airs.
You can delay, but as long as they're moving forward with it, it's good for New York.
Well, the key with the RFA, the request for applications, you can't submit applications for sports betting licenses until this is released, and you have 30 days to do that, and then you have 150 days after that for them to make a decision.
All right.
So there's at least 180 days there where you're not going to have any sports betting.
I need to look at a calendar, so I got to predict when online sports betting will hit New York. If you're talking about 30 days and another 150 days for them to decide, it's
you're talking.
So,
you're talking. What is that?
I can't do the math in my head, but
that's 6 months. That's 6 months.
Okay, all right.
So you're not really going to see anything before the end of the year, if at all.
I would. Boy, I really thought earlier in this year when I heard about New York, I thought they'd be really pushing for the start of the NFL season.
They were.
Yeah, but now I guess a realistic time frame is
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Or March Madness.
Yeah, well, if it's not Super Bowl, it'll be March Madness. But I really thought they would really push it for the start of the football season.
I have to admit, New York is still a mystery to me because, for everybody who wants it, there seems to be just delay after delay. And something's going to happen during the decision-making process during that 150 days. That's going to delay it even more.
I will bet
unless they shorten that 150 days.
I will bet you that, I think they're going to move quick. I think once they get these RFAs out, I think they're going to move very quick.
Well, speaking of not moving quick at all, Ohio's now looking at going back to their discussion on the sports betting bill in September, maybe. September, October. They're done talking about it now. It's just, every time they think they get 2 steps ahead, they go 3 steps backwards. They keep changing the bill. Are they
seeing how much money these sports betting states are making, for education and police and fire and things like that? We talk about these numbers. We talk about the revenue numbers and we talk about the tax numbers, and it's just I can't believe they're delaying.
Well, again, you got to look at other states, even like Maryland. Maryland is actually moving at light speed.
Oh, yeah.
They just finished filling out their sports wagering application review commission. The Democrats were given 2, the Republicans were given 2, and the governor was given 2 slots to fill. Mm-hmm. He filled the last 2 slots. They're all up and running. He appointed the chairman.
Let me tell you something.
Maryland's going to hit the ground running.
Yeah, they did. They really did. They were prepared. I interviewed the CEO of Maryland Live, and they were preparing back then. They knew this was going, and they had all their ducks in a row even before everything was coming out legislatively. So good for Maryland. They were planned ahead.
Well, moving over to Illinois, another delay.
Okay.
In terms of, they were talking about this changing of the sports betting law to allow in-state college betting.
Okay.
They are now going to be holding off on discussing it. As a matter of fact, the House passed it. They went to the Senate. The Senate didn't even discuss the bill.
Now, is this the kind that New Jersey is doing? Everything, it passed all the houses, it passed all the branches of government.
It didn't. No, the Senate didn't even discuss it.
Well, it's going to a referendum for the general election. Is it like that's New Jersey? I'm talking about. Is that what they're talking about in Illinois? They want to get it to a referendum in November,
yeah.
Or okay, that's why I was asking.
But with Illinois, the next time they're going to be talking about passing in-state college sports betting is October.
Okay, so it's maybe it won't get on to the ballot in November there. No. So, but it's going on the ballot in New Jersey in November, and so people can vote on it.
It was kind of an interesting compromise that they got, and I really thought it was going to pass, at least this part of it, where they said that you can only bet on Illinois college teams at retail facilities.
Okay,
no online betting.
It's kind of a interesting.
And no player props. And no player props.
Well, yeah,
just the outcomes of the games.
I understand that.
Yeah, so I thought this had a shot, but they didn't even address it in the last legislative session that just passed. So that's one of those things with Illinois is still they got to start doing something with that because everyone seems to want it. It's a matter of what they can agree to get it, and I think that's what's causing the problem there. Going over to Wisconsin. Wisconsin surprised everybody here. Mm-hmm. Governor Tony Evers signed a deal with the United Nation to allow sports betting and other event wagering at the tribe's casinos and affiliate locations in the state. This is Wisconsin now. No one was expecting a deal to come out of Wisconsin for sports betting here. And also, it's event wagering, too. You're talking about eating championships, like what we just had in the 4th of July. And also nationally televised award shows.
Okay, I get that. I know the eating contest. I know the Academy Awards you can bet on.
You can't bet on anything involving a sporting event with people under 19 years old.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, too.
So we
wonder
have Wisconsin.
Why they agreed on 19. 19 is interesting. 18, I get it. 21, I get. I don't know why 19. We're talking about a compromise.
Well, I guess it has something to do with maybe voting law, betting law, or even alcohol law. I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things where I don't know where
like
the
19-year-old age number.
Yeah. So, we'll see. But again, came out of nowhere. Everyone was expecting it. One other quick little note. We've been following the Chickies and Pete's Park saga for a while now.
Yeah, when we say Parks, that's the name of a casino. Is PARX.
Parks
That's
Casino.
one of the they keep saying that's the number one casino in Pennsylvania. So that's Parks. And by the way, that's the closest casino to me. Even though I live in New Jersey, Parks Casino is only about 25 minutes away from me. So no, I love Parks, but it's and Chickies and Pete's is a sports bar in our local Philadelphia, New Jersey area.
It's a local chain.
It's a local chain, and one of our Chickie and Pete's is actually in Parks Casino.
And there's another one in Tropicana, Atlantic City.
Yeah. By the way, if you ever go to Chickies and Pete's, try the crab fries, which I think basically is French fries with Old Bay seasoning on it. So really good.
Well, Chickies and Pete's and Parks have been working together on different things since Parks opened in Pennsylvania, Bensalem.
Okay.
They've been, sort of like unofficial partners everywhere, wherever you see a Parks thing. And they tried to do the South Philadelphia Race and Sportsbook. It was an OTB.
Yep.
They tried to get it inside a Chickies and Pete's restaurant in Cumberland County's mini casino that's launching, the Parks Casino. They were trying to get it inside the restaurant, inside the casino. The zoning board said no. They were denied that.
Okay.
Just recently, they received approval from the Pennsylvania Horse Racing Commission for Parks to move the Oaks Race and Sportsbook OTB site in Montgomery County to the planned Chickies and Pete's restaurant at the Grove Shopping Center in East Whiteland. So you're going to be able to start seeing some betting inside Chickies and Pete's.
By the way, I'm from New Jersey, and I've never been to one of those towns. I don't even know where they're at. But
well, Parks is building the mini casino there.
Okay, all right.
And they are working with Chickies and Pete's to see what happened was that OTB site. Let me get it correctly again here. The Oaks Race and Sportsbooks OTB, they were closed permanently because of COVID shutdowns.
Okay.
They never reopened. They had to shut it down. And so now they got permission from the Racing Commission to actually put it in the Chickies and Pete's when the new mini casino opens.
Okay.
So good for Chickies and Pete's. They got denied in one area. They got in another.
Good for Chickies and Pete's.
A couple deals to talk about. Some big deals, as a matter of fact. Bally's. Bally's did a deal with the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury basketball team. First gaming access deal with a professional women's sports team.
Let me tell you something. Watch Arizona, because that's going to be a huge sports betting market. Huge.
Yeah. And it's a 25. Not 25. The Mercury is a 25-year member of the WNBA, so it's one of the oldest clubs.
Okay.
And it was an important first step there because, like I said, oldest club, most prominent member of the WNBA. Let's see. This makes Bally's market access up to 15 states. Bally's receives the official designation of the exclusive sports betting partner of the Phoenix Mercury over 15 years. That's the length of the deal.
Wow, that's a long deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to be mobile sports betting with them, in conjunction with them for market access. Also, they're going to be opening a retail sports book near the Phoenix Suns Arena. So it's not in the Phoenix Suns Arena, but it's near there.
Great.
As a matter of fact, I think there's going to be one in Phoenix Suns. I think that's a FanDuel.
Okay.
So that's why they couldn't get it inside the arena. There's already one coming. They're also going to be doing, the Bally's will also become a member of the Phoenix Mercury Changemaker Partners, which is their charity, diversity and charity group.
Good.
Golden Nugget. We just had the Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit just this past weekend. Golden Nugget Online was a partner with them.
Okay.
They actually had the Golden Nugget Casino brand all over the place. If anyone watched it, you saw GNOG everywhere. Golden Line's odds boosts were all over the sportsbook in Michigan. So, that was another first step there for Golden Nugget. They're starting to do a lot more deals.
Okay.
I know they just did a deal, and we might as well talk about that. They just did a deal. It's not a sportsbook deal. It's an online casino deal for Golden Nugget. They just did a deal with Detroit City Football Club.
So that sounds like a soccer team.
It's a soccer team.
Okay.
It's not a Major League Soccer team. It is part of the NISA, National Independent Soccer Association.
All right, great.
So,
and they play in Detroit, right?
They play in Detroit,
All right.
Detroit Football Club. It's casino only because sports betting is not allowed on that league.
Okay.
So they did that. They did another deal, 2 deals for them. Detroit's getting a lot of publicity in the press, especially with Rocket Mortgage. That was all over the place in terms of betting coverage. Let's see. I think I mentioned Betway before.
Yes.
And let's talk about their 2 deals real quick here. Betway just added the Hamburg Open to their sporting sponsorship portfolio. It'll be they're going to have exposure in terms of signage everywhere at the Rothenbaum Tennis Center. It's in Germany's second largest city.
Okay.
Also, they did a 3-year agreement with German football club FC Schalke 04. That's the name of the football club.
Right,
so they are making waves in Germany.
Great.
Moving over to WinBet.
WinBet. Yep. I saw a commercial for them again in New Jersey.
I'm starting to see a lot more.
A lot more commercials.
They announced a partnership with the San Carlos Apache tribe to pursue an online sports betting license in Arizona.
Again, Arizona. See how big they're going to get.
It's their 16th state where
Really?
they operate,
I didn't know
or
they were
plan
that
to
big.
operate. There are 16 states.
All right.
A couple of them are operational. A lot of these are market access.
Well, they're certainly operational in New Jersey.
Yes. Sport Radar did a huge deal with the National Hockey League. Sport Radar gains exclusive rights to distribute NHL data to sportsbooks and media companies. So that helps. That's sort of like the NFL deal, where they're going to be the exclusive distributor of data and broadcasting of that data to sportsbooks and other companies and media companies. Let's see. Better View. We don't talk about Better View too much. Better View is a company that sends out content to a lot of bars, restaurants.
Oh, okay.
For sports betting and fantasy content. And they just did a deal with NASCAR. NASCAR, this is the first partnership that Better View has had with Professional Sports League. And you're going to see Better View will have NASCAR stats, analytics, odds, alongside special sports betting promos in restaurants, bars, stadiums. Matter of fact, one of the ones, I still haven't seen any of these yet. They're the ones who did the deal with Bolero, the bowling centers.
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm actually curious.
I haven't been in a bowling center in maybe a decade. So,
well, they are in Boleros. If anyone has seen any Boleros and gone into them, it's sort of like what BetMGM did with Buffalo Wild Wings.
I got to say, I was in a Buffalo Wild Wings recently, and it almost looks like a sports book. The odds everywhere. It was actually pretty cool to see. I mean, it had sports and it had the odds, and it was great.
2 other deals to announce before we get out of here for the week. Chalkline Sports did a deal with OfficePools.com.
I saw this. I like the idea of this.
Well, OfficePools.com has been around for 25 years. Mm-hmm. Basically, if you're doing an office pool on a sports thing, it's betting pools.
Well,
I don't want to say that. It's free to play.
It's free to play. There's no real money involved in this.
It's the easiest way to refer to it. It's a betting pool.
It's an office pool.
Yeah, office pool. Well, a lot of people don't know what an office pool. Yeah. But Chalkline did a deal with OfficePoolsBets.com. It's a free-to-play game that's powered by Chalkline, and it's going to be offered to OfficePools.com's customers to do a free-to-play office pool kind of thing.
Great.
And the last deal for this week we're going to talk about is Prize Picks. It's a fantasy company. We don't talk too much about fantasy in the book report section, but I thought this was kind of interesting because Prize Picks also got affected by the Connecticut law, the sports betting law.
Okay.
They can't operate in Connecticut right now. So and this happened just as they announced this deal, too. Prize Picks has a 1-year partnership with the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be featured all across their digital and social media platforms, and they're going to be serving as the presenting sponsor of the Falcons Game Day Predictions series that they run on Instagram. It's a prediction-based fantasy sports series of games. They're also going to be doing the Terrapin tailgate passes.
All right. It is for what are
pro football tailgates? Be home games for the Falcons.
Terrapin?
I think they were just looking for alliteration.
Okay, all right.
So, and also they're going to be doing a football draft, fantasy football draft, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for 500 people. They're going to have Falcons cheerleaders, football players, former football players from the Falcons. This is going to be held September 8th at the stadium's Delta Sky 360 Club. Okay. So, Prize Picks, congratulations on that deal. That's actually a great deal for them. That's actually a great fantasy site. If anyone wants to check it out, look it up. Prize Picks, they're actually a really interesting site to check out. That's it for this week. We had a whole bunch more topics to hit, but in the time allotted, we go over to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and you'll see the print version of these stories and other stories up on the blog after the book report publishes this week.
And that'll do it for us. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.